And welcome back to the Adventures in Silvernell, the homebrewed fantasy world setting for our online game of Dungeons & Dragons 5e. Hi everybody, I'm your Game Master Scott Nicholson, here to play D&D with four of my good friends, Erica Webb.
Hello.
Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah.
Tanner Messer. And Bubba Bendale.
I am just a wizard.
Welcome back, everybody. If you've been paying attention on our Facebook page or anything, you'll see our Twitch get hacked, but we are live. We are good now. We are good to go. We are ready to play some D&D Dragontooth Academy, episode 47. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. If you're watching us on Twitch tonight only, in celebration of getting our Twitch back, all Rooter Point options are half off for Dragontooth. So all four special character Rooter options are half off, the global Cthulhu options half off, and all of those fun things like random problems, potions, NPC named after me, stuff like that is all half off. So
I like that.
So,
and Cthulhu hits a snag. Thank you very much.
Yes, for 10,000 Rooter points. If you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, thank you so much. We hope you like it. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share for more comment. And I guess that's it. Let's get into it. Last time on episode 46. The squad made it out of the gem refinery alive as they watched it collapse behind them, but failed to retrieve the vial they were after. B and Russ decided killing Cthulhu would not bring them gold or sex, so they took off to Veilcast to start their new life, taking all the riches from the now decimated city. Meanwhile, the rest of the squad found Mortenzow inside the North Wall elevator control room, trying to fend off Cthulhu's zombies, who were trying to send the city free-falling. They managed to secure the room with enough time to take a short rest. We begin tonight as the ice has begun to melt. Not much time remains. Welcome back, everybody. So we're going to start with Penny, Livia, Bognak, Mortenzow, Cleonile, Nugs, and six wizards.
Oh, it's six.
Wizards.
I was stressed.
All right, so it has been an hour. If you've got your short rest abilities back or whatever, what have you. I think you did it last time when we ended.
We rolled hit dice, yes.
All right, it's your game. Welcome back, guys. You are in the room. It is cold, but it's not like freezing cold. The ice is beginning to melt a little bit on the structure. There's dead bodies of the citizens all around you. You're inside this big 3-story tall room with staircases that go both sides up to a second floor window that Mortenzow flew in. Welcome back.
As Penny and Mortenzow sit up from their long rest, or their short rest. Woo. Mortenzow is holding on to the Rod of Rulership, and he has spent his long rest attuning to it. And you see that they're like cuddled up, and they kind of sit up, and he's holding the Rod of Rulership, and she's holding the Staff of Symphony. And so now she has that, but which doesn't require attunement because it's a charge-based item. But she drops an attunement and has a staff that he had before.
Perfect.
And now he has that. But yeah, they kind of look around. Well, it was nice while it lasted. How the fuck are we getting out of here? Anybody? Because I don't do the frozen cold.
Yeah, I don't much like the cold myself, and the only way that I know is through the fucking cold.
Well, right. I'm just not familiar with the cold. Mort, babe, is there anything that you can help us with? You're from here. Can you help us get across? Do you know anything that we can use? Or
Usually my family would take Northwall to get up and down to the tundra to Colbrador, but I have heard of an ice tunnel created by the goblins of the Goblin Kingdom. This would lead through the wall here at North Wall straight into the Goblin Kingdom.
Oh, well, that's actually kind of helpful because, what's his name? Olivine is from not the Goblin Kingdom, but whatever the Goblin Kingdom was called before the goblins conquered it.
Oh, North Dell.
Oh, I don't like that. But yes, perhaps we can find something out there. Maybe the wizards can learn something. Hopefully there's no zombies there, I should start with.
Hopefully.
And not Cthulhu, because we haven't seen her.
I mean,
Have you
I'm
seen
sure there's
Cthulhu?
zombies everywhere.
No, we're on the drop. Right, but if she's sending them, then she knows where we are. But it seems like she sent them out from the kingdoms first, so she has to actually they have to move. So if they're here and dead, then perhaps she sent all her good ones, or a bunch of them, and this was them. We just have to avoid the rest, hopefully. Or they're not dead. I mean, maybe everyone's not dead.
And we're the murderers.
No, that's not what I meant. Those zombies are dead, but maybe all the towns aren't full of dead people, because remember, they only wiped out the big cities.
Yeah.
But I don't think he would come up north. It's kind of cold. Barren. That's what I know about it. It's no one lives here, except Morton and Zal. But where is your family? Wait, where is your family from, Morton Zal? Are they still here?
I believe so. They're from a little south, or I guess east of Valinar.
Is that close? Pulls up map.
No. Valinar is very far away. It's past the Goblin Kingdom, past Dentharia. So it's the third city from here.
Oh, is it
looks
like
like
at the
it's under
tippy
rebels.
tip?
Well, it's on the way then to the Bastion Kingdom. So perhaps we can stop there. That can be our next stopping point after the Goblin Kingdom. And your family might be there since Aishanasis are pretty good with the cold. Maybe they are hiding out. Maybe they made it,
Possibly. I mean, we do know that Cthulhu destroyed Valinar.
That is true. Well,
All right, gameplay.
I'll keep going. Well, I think that we can still make that our next stop. That seems like a pretty, at least, broad bet. Are your families warriors, or they just happen to be genasi? Do they happen to have any sort of illegal trade business, warriors or spies? You remember the Zendarians, the Yumi's family, the Juzuis. That's not them either. What's our real? The other ones. They were useful. Did your family do anything?
My mother is a baker, and my father is a tax collector.
He's the worst villain of all.
Useful in a sense. I see.
I mean, I wasn't sent to Dragontooth because my parents were famous.
Well, neither was Yumi, but again, sometimes people are born into these powers of greatness, and I know you're so awesome, I didn't know if your parents were awesome or not. Maybe you just seem to be a natural, I seem.
My parents are great. Unfortunately, their careers do not reflect their personalities or their abilities to be good parents.
Are they villains too?
No, my parents are very kind.
Like how kind? If they were in a fight, would they win?
No.
Alright, so probably don't stop in Valinar.
Well, they could still. I mean, we need jackets, right? Let's look around. Let's get some warm clothes because I'm pretty cold. I mean, this whole town to loot. Wow,
well, we did just kill a bunch of zombies.
Yeah, I did think we were gonna find some coverings.
Just start
That
taking
Grimes
jackets.
just redeemed. Penny has a breakthrough, so.
A moment. A flash.
Oh, do you know where to get covered?
So they're on the bodies that are on the ground. There's tons of bodies. They all are wearing coats. This is a cold place. Penny's breakthrough is that. Oh, that's a tough one. Damn you, Byron. Cthulhu destroyed each city And the wizards from Millwest, from the Shadow Government, told you that they can't teleport to those cities because all the teleportation circles were broken. However, this city, the teleportation circle, was not broken, which can lead Penny to believe, with the help of her warlock patron, that it was left there on purpose, and all of those zombies were there waiting. It's almost as if Cthulhu knew the only way to get into the tundra after her was through this city. So this was Cthulhu's first or only line of defense.
You know, I'm starting to think this bitch laid a trap. Perhaps this has all been a ruse of some sort, or a front.
It makes Penny wonder if the vial they had at the beginning even was the correct vial.
Not the gag. Wizards! Now I'm stressed even more than I was 2 seconds ago.
Russ did cast Identify though, right?
Well, we also didn't know we don't know where the lost, like, we never like got eyes on it, which is my biggest stress. It's like it could be in a direction anywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
he cast locate object. Yeah, for the object he saw.
Yeah. So.
Big.
So there's a chance that this has all been a plot to distract us, but if that's the case, go team, because he won. But also, now we have the upper hand. So perhaps if we can take these tunnels and make our way through, she'll never see us coming. Though I do want the vial. If there's a way we can make sure that we don't have that, because we do know we're not all dead. So it didn't blow up. It has to be. Because apparently if you crack it, we're all going to die. So we have that assumption working for us, because my troubles made it seem like we really actively die. Correct. Yeah. So perhaps we take another gander for it with another locate ob. Damn it, Russ.
Well, Russ is
Wizards.
gone.
Well, we have better than Russ, honey.
Oh, I'm quite
Wizards,
aware.
Wizards, does anyone happen to have locate object prepared?
They do not.
Yo, you hoes! I mean,
it's in my book. It's in my
You're
book.
no better than my swear.
All right. Someone's job is to start learning that one. I'm like, you spend the time. You find it. You write it down. You just keep working.
We should also send word back to the other wizards. Hold on, I've got it. Bognak takes a blank page from the spell book and writes just a note, folds it into a paper airplane, and throws it out the window. Sending!
Bognak, get out of here.
They'll get that. They'll get that. It's how magic works. Don't worry.
Bognak, is that an actual spell book from a wizard?
Yeah, it's my spell book. First of all, who's Bognak? Second of all, I'm Wizard McLovin.
Wizard McLovin, great. Did you get any other spell books from any other fallen wizards? Did you pick any others up?
I only need the one. We can go back and look for more.
I didn't know if it was a wizard thing to do to pick up your fallen comrade's spell books. It's just powerful secrets, and they're just laying on the ground. I thought we might want those in case, we had to learn a spell or two. But
I think we all have the same spells. It's something tells me that we all just have the same spells.
One of the
accurate.
wizards will step forward and say our books were provided by Millwest. We all pretty much have the same book as soldiers from Millwest.
Oh.
So you're like clones.
That's the opposite of cute, honestly.
It's more like, think of it in terms of like a fighter. We're all trained in the same fighting stance, or we're all trained in the same archery class. We have similar things.
As he's talking, Penny turns away from him, looks at Livia, and goes, "Oh my God, was Russ the better one?" I
think so, and I hate to say that.
They all brought the same spells. We could have just brought one of them, honestly. You need to bring I look at them. You each should have different spells when you travel as a group, so that way you can do more things than just the same thing more times. They can get hit. But that's for next time. Your friends points out the window. They could have used that if they had a shield or something, but alas.
One of the wizards steps forward. So, do you not want our help?
No, we love it.
I
We're just,
I do.
we're
I
just
do.
it's frustrations that are coming out right now. We're just in predicaments. The world is ending. There's a lot of factors at hand right now, and we're just trying not to lose control.
We
So,
understand, but we
critique is
just
coming out,
we just
you
lost
know.
10 of our brothers, and the last thing we want to hear right now is that little piss shit is better than us.
So you agree he's a piss shit?
Yeah,
Of course, I think we're all are we in agreement
then
with
let's
that?
establish.
Jamie?
We're all on the
We're in agreement on
we're
that?
all on the same page with that one. Everyone thinks he's a piss shit.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
understand why that would be offensive to y'all. Same page. We can move forward now. Thank
Right.
you.
I mean, I just want to
Won't
point
do
out
it again.
he abandoned
No.
you guys.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
Which
we're-
honestly
it was
is
very duly noted.
it's on brand. He's the kind of type to abandon his friends for a for B.
Yeah,
He's
he
gonna
seems
make a
pretty obsessed with
magnificent
her.
Father, you know.
100%.
Will he?
And B
No,
does
those
follow the
child
money.
will have abandonment issues.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're all united in our hatred of two people, and, and we gotta get to one of them. So let's go towards the big scary thing with no legs and take it out. Befriend it? Are they even working together at this point? Maybe we could strike a deal?
where its legs?
Where are its legs?
Is it just in the ground? Did they go somewhere else?
Did the mountain take its legs?
Are they
Do
Do
behind
you remember
her
that time
ears?
we saw Cthulhu and it had weird things happening with his body? Could it have been that it had no legs?
I don't remember that. All right,
Maybe
so
his legs were somewhere else.
Bognak's handing out coats at this point, like just stripping bodies and handing out coats, like and checking the bodies. Like, so let's just check the town for resources. Does anybody know how to get to this goblin tunnel?
Mortenzel says,
Mortenzel?
I think so, but it's about half a mile under the city on the wall. And I don't think any of us will survive if we try to climb down.
Cleona goes, oh, actually, I can climb pretty well. She has a climbing speed of 40 feet. The other host, however, I don't know. I can look at some spells, though.
I don't believe it's the distance that's the issue, Penny.
Oh.
I mean, these are frozen rocks. Unless you're all pretty adept at climbing, we could fall to our death. And you're talking, like, 99 miles.
How long do you
Nothing.
think... that's nothing. How long do you think it'd take if we flew down there? Do you think we make it there?
Possibly. Actually, I think that's a great idea.
Option for sure. Looks at wizards. Do you happen to have Featherfall prepared by chance?
They all look at each other disappointingly. Of course we have Featherfall! Why we wouldn't have Featherfall?
Of course
I-
you do.
I try not to make any assumptions anymore. But that's good to know.
I just feel like if we didn't have Featherfall, you guys would judge us.
Well, no, hold on. We're
Yeah.
gonna judge you. Like, I mean,
I
would.
would.
I would.
look, and not all
Definitely.
not all wizards know every spell, guys. It's not. It's pretty
Thank you.
custom
Thank you,
Yeah,
McLovin.
thing. Yeah.
I mean,
Who thinks
I
he's
just
a
know my
wizard?
spells, so I do understand not having a learned spell book, or more spells at your par. But I thought that was kind of the thing about being wizards was having more spells. So it just took me aback. It just was a moment of confusion. I'm sorry, but no offense, you are not a piss shit like Russ who abandoned us for his girlfriend. Though I have no hard feelings for B because that does make sense. She would leave us for
In a
$1.
heartbeat. Yeah.
for any sort of money.
so
That does add up.
Your friend does understand they're about to fly over miles and miles of magma, right?
Probably not.
She'll get there.
And they do
She'll
understand that,
figure it out.
obviously, if one of them is a druid and can turn into something that can fly, oh, they're both druids. I mean, they can only turn into animals for a certain amount of time.
They'll
Let me
figure
tell
it
you
out.
about the time that we escaped Dragontooth and B jumped off a boat and flew away. And then one day she appeared on an island and we said, "Oh hey,
There's
because
B.
that's what B does." And then we made
Yeah.
allies with those people on that island, and then we left, and then B went back and killed them all because that's B.
Enemies.
Mortensal says, I might need some time to go scout, go over the edge of the city and look down, scout, see if I can find this place. The wizard said, actually, that I'd actually love to hear that story if we have a few minutes.
Those, sure, it's the kind of the bulk.
Take it away, Penny. Take it away.
Meanwhile, flying now over the jungle that is on fire because magma from a Mount Alita has poured over. Is I believe B has wild shaped into a pterodactyl, and on her back is Russ this time. So in the smoky sky as the embers and just soot from the jungle rise above, and bees dodging each weird shaped cloud going by, they have some time as Russ just gives a sigh. Should we have done that, Bee? What if they die?
I mean, you're obviously going to. Are you kidding me?
I know, but we've helped them for so long. There's like a little part of me that feels bad. Also, I think those wizards really liked me.
Yeah, I hate to break it to you, Russ, but I don't. You know what? I think they did really like you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry.
Every time I told a story, they were attentive and listened. They kept giving me this look like, man, this is interesting. Like an intense look, like they wanted to reach into my story and be a part of it.
Well, just forget about the wizards. They don't matter anyways. I mean, if I feel a little bit bad for abandoning the party, yeah. But do I feel bad enough that I'm going to play along and die for it? Absolutely not.
Oh, that's true. What are we going to do when we get our house?
What do you mean, what are we going to do? We're going to fill it with gold. We're going to fill it with dinosaurs. I'm personally going to fill it with trash. And we, you know what comes after piles of gold and trash, so I don't have to spoil that one out for you.
Oh, you scaly monster, cut it out. You know we can't do that in the sky. Can we? Anyways, what's that? And as you look into the horizon, over that big cliff where the magma's kind of slowly approaching, you see the big middle spire with the buildings around it. That is the main school of magic in Veilcast. Now, you are from Veilcast, so let me go ahead and tell you the set information that B would already know. Underneath the city is the sewer system called the Substratum. You know that you ran Dinosaur Fighting Ring, or really any animal that was around. Politicians, very lawful good people would attend, and it was hush-hush. And you know that the back of Veilcast was kind of like the slums. It's where they sold pterodactyl meat and stuff like that. And there was a big mafia that kind of ran the city. With that being said, as you fly over, the city, roll a perception check.
What's that, 15?
Okay, so 15, you recognize a lot of buildings. A lot of them are crumbled. It doesn't look like maybe a big monster trampled through the city, maybe close by. Maybe some earthquakes, some buildings had fallen. But about 70-80% of the city looks kind of intact, but you see nobody walking around. And as you fly closer with that 15, you do see bodies scattered everywhere. So there was something that killed a bunch of people.
B's gonna go, oh, nice, bodies. And then I'll, gesture to them and be like, let's see if they left anything good behind first.
All right, as you come soaring down, you've been traveling for hours, you two switching off. I will go ahead and say both of you have no more wild shapes. You would have both have to use yours and dashed the entire way to get even close. So as you kind of ascend, it is right at the end. Like, before you even hit the ground, you just naturally pop into your forms and you guys catch yourselves on the ground. There are bodies scattered everywhere, and you want to loot the first body you see? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, basically. Just going around to all of the bodies or buildings nearby just to investigate, because that was their whole purpose of coming here, was to try to loot cities.
So you land a couple streets away from the main city square. There are bodies scattered everywhere. I'll say after a good, half an hour of just going through this happy montage, you and Russ picking up extra gold, picking up books, all these shiny things that you can find in these pockets of these random citizens. Go ahead and add 315 more gold to your inventory. Oh, actually, you can't. I think we decided last time you were at your capacity.
Oh yeah, I'll kind of make a pile to come back to of everything, so I won't leave any. I won't take anything physically because Russ was also like full of his inventory. But we'll make like a pile of all the good stuff that we want to come back for.
All right, so you have a pile of 350 gold with a couple of gems and some like goblets and chainmail and quills and a few other things that are just really shiny. And you hear a big explosion a street over, but the buildings are blocking it. Russ is like, what the fuck was that?
B is gonna grab his hand and try to, I guess, scale like a nearby building, anything that looks remotely climbable, to see if she can get a better view without running straight into what that was.
All right, roll an athletics check.
That's a 24.
Oh, yeah, so Russ stands there and you jump onto these cobbled building sides, climbing on top of this awning, jumping up into this windowsill, scaling this big double French door window, climb to the top. You get up to the roof, it's slanted, and as you go up the shingles and kind of peer over the top, you see the famous Veilcast Museum that's there. Smoke is coming out, rubble. And on like the road that's in front of it, there's a big black wolf that seems to be sniffing around.
He's gonna kind of turn to Russ and not say anything, but just like hold finger up to her like mouth, and then turn back around and kind of peek and watch the wolf for a little bit longer. Like she's inspecting it, trying to figure out. She would know enough about animals to know if it's actually just a wolf, if it's something more. So
roll a perception check.
It's at 18.
It's not a regular wolf. You recognize that wolf. You've seen it at Dragontooth. You don't remember its name, but you've definitely seen that wolf.
Okay. Dragontooth, interesting.
It's just going. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna cast animal friendship on the wolf right before I try to.
What's the distance on that?
30 feet. Like, close enough?
Okay, yeah, it's like right at it.
Okay. All she's just gonna say is, hey. Good to see you again.
Can you speak telepathically or long distance to it? Or are you just yelling off the top of the building?
Hold on, let me see what I can do. Yeah, I guess I'm just yelling off the top of the building. There's no way for me to whisper away.
As you just scream out, it's like flipping over a body, like chewing on a finger. Just like quickly turns and looks up at the building. And just howls really loud. And
he's gonna howl with him as soon as she hears the wolf do that, because she's happy to be back in her home.
And from where you are on the roof looking down, you see it kind of goes towards that building and kind of disappear from your point of view. Towards the building that you're on.
Okay. He's gonna turn back around now that she can't see it anymore to where Russ was and be like, just a wolf. Don't worry about it.
What do you mean just a wolf? What's a wolf doing here? There are no wolves in the jungle.
I don't know. I mean, something about this wolf seemed really, really familiar. I just can't put my finger on it.
Where would you have seen a wolf?
I mean, shit, Russ, let me just show you. Come on. And she's gonna climb down back to where he was and try to, like, sneak around, I guess. She doesn't want to draw too much attention. Try to
okay.
see if she can get Russ.
Alright, so yeah, you get down to Russ, and you guys, I guess, go around the side of the building, and you see that wolf is trying to break down the door. obviously it has some sort of intelligence. You guys are kind of peeking around the corner, and it's trying to just like charge that door over and over again, the building you were on, and break it, and just kind of keeps looking up like he's trying to get inside to you.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
Alright, I did cast Animal Friendship on the beast.
Yes, you did.
So, he needs to succeed a wisdom saving throw. Or he's charmed by me now.
Oh, he definitely failed. I rolled a 3 and then whatever his stats are.
Okay. Well, she's gonna approach now, knowing that, and, say, what are you doing here? With Russ, but kind of like in front of Russ, protecting him.
And you naturally can speak to animals?
Yeah.
So it kind of turns. It's got these big yellow eyes with this weird funky slit that seems kind of abnormal. Black matted hair that looks kind of mangy a little bit. It's really big. It's about as big as you are. Just kind of like walks over towards you. I'm here looking for the shard. What are you doing here? You're the only ones alive in this city. You're not supposed to be alive.
Oh, why am I not supposed to be alive? That's funny. I'm obviously alive.
Because she destroyed everyone in this city.
Ew, Fatal?
Cthulhu.
Oh. Yeah, I've heard all about that going down, but, I could care less. Just got here. This is my hometown. Just trying to, make a new home for myself here now that everything's been destroyed. And Cthulhu kind of bores me, so I can help you if you'd like.
Oh, I don't need help. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And as soon as he finds that shard, I will become even stronger.
B's gonna go, alright, good for you, bud. I'm trying to get stronger myself, too, so good luck with that. And she's gonna reach her hand forward and pet the wolf on the head. Because, once you're done with all this, if you're looking for a way to get rich, come and find me. I got you.
Thank you. What is your name?
Are aggressive. Like the letter, or the animal.
He walks up, starts sniffing you. Sniffs your stomach. Kind of goes around you sniffing. Obviously very pregnant. You carry inside you another human.
Yeah, that's his fault. This one right here. That's Russ.
Hey, you back off, dog, okay? She's mine.
He's fine. He's fine. We're friends.
Very well. Good luck. And he's going to turn and just, as he starts to walk away, kind of look back at you and disappear.
You'll just turn around to Russ and go, nice guy, honestly. We got a lot in common. Now come on, I've been meaning to show you exactly what you showed me in your book. That's the whole reason we came here. I want you to see it.
Yes! Okay.
So kind of, she'll remember, obviously it's not exactly the same, because this is something that came from Russ's memory, but Bee's so dumb that she remembers, like, an area that she used to go to kind of outside of the city where, before it meets the jungle, where you could see, like, the overlook that looked really similar to what he drew. So she wants to, like, take him to that exact place.
Okay, as you start to go with Russ across these roads, you hear a big crash. And as you look behind you, you see this figure walk out of the museum as you're about to turn the corner. Roll a perception check. Russ is not paying attention at all.
Of course he's not. That was a dirty 20.
You're right at a corner of a building before you turn the corner. And as this figure kind of walks out, they're holding this sword that looks like it breaks right at the tip, like someone broke the tip off. He's just kind of dragging it on the ground with this, like, tattered cloak on that's all black. Stands up, takes a deep breath, and just from the front of the face alone, from the profile, you notice it is Kincaid the Conqueror. he brings his other hand up, and there's this box in the hand, and from that really good perception check, you see it says property of Veilcast Museum. He just slams it on the ground, and it kind of breaks, and he takes his sword and sticks it in it and twists it until the whole box kind of breaks in half, and reaches down and pulls out this tip of the sword. Brings the sword up, and it goes and just sticks to it and just starts to glow. Yes. And
He doesn't see us, right?
He does not see you.
Okay, as soon as all of this is going on, Bee's gonna be like, oh shit, and then like point, like grab Russ and like tug on him a little bit and point, and then she's gonna take a deep breath and go, hey Kincaid, what are you doing here?
Russ goes, oh, B, no. You see Kincaid turn and look, and his eyes are pitch black with that same mistiness that you saw the citizens in Northwall that were possessed. He just turns his whole body, brings his empty hand out, and goes like this, and that same wolf appears in front of him and just points towards you, and the wolf just charges at you.
Still under my spell, by the way.
This is a different one.
Oh, it's a different one, damn it.
He summoned a different wolf.
Shit, I'll cast it again. I'll cast Animal Friendship on that wolf again.
Russ is like, come on.
He's so stupid. She's like, puppy! Hey, puppy!
That's a 19 as it runs towards you.
Okay, well, she's stupid, so I'm literally just gonna let her sit there. She probably thinks it's the same wolf or something, and she's like, come here!
B, this one's drooling at the mouth. It's getting closer.
As it gets closer and closer, just charging full speed, you see in the background Kincaid lifts this sword up into the air, and this big lightning shoots up into the clouds, kind of parts the black soot smoke way above your head, and you hear this massive screech like you've never heard that just sends this shockwave past you guys, and you see the black clouds like start to light up. The wolf comes running at you. Russ jumps forward to punch the wolf, but misses, and the wolf just chomps into his arm and gets him down on the ground. Roll initiative.
Oh, shit.
Meanwhile, the story is about complete at this time.
Oh, yes. So, Penny, Mort, and Cleonile are going to start to go... They're going to go with Mort to check out... They're going with Mort. He said he was going to go check out the passage or whatever. He's going to make sure things are okay. Mm-hmm. And they're going to go with him because zombie apocalypse. I would like to establish that there's 6 wizards, and I'm pretty sure there's 6 of us with the 3 main people, Nugs, and Cleonile and Mortenzow. So a wizard per one of us. So everyone just has a wizard with them. Everyone has a wizard with them. So Penny, Mortenzow, Cleonile, and 3 wizards will go to check out the track to see if it's all clear and good. I speak for
I'm
myself.
also gonna cast Find Familiar as a hawk, and I'm gonna send my hawk along with them to like scout as well, kind of help out with that. Give the help action when needed.
I was like, help out with that.
After about 20, 25
25
minutes, they definitely have located where they think the entrance of that ice tunnel is. It is about, maybe like, it's not as far as they thought, maybe a quarter mile under, but because the wall's not perfectly like that, it's kind of like that, they can see down there.
But we have like visual, like we can see. We're aware that the cave is there. It's not
Yes.
speculation. Okay, great.
Yes.
Does it? Can we see what might be a clear route if we're thinking about feather falling and ropes? Is there seeming like we could maybe scale our way down or throw a rope down? Is it like directly under us we could drop something down there and then go that way, or is it like some kind of weird fuck shit that we think we need to do?
Roll an insight check.
Oh my god! With the help action. Who has the best wisdom of my 3? I don't think it's any of them. They're all really bad at wisdom, actually.
Maybe the wizards are pretty wise.
Help action.
Yeah, rolling with advantage, but it's like gonna be like a
Yeah.
+1 either way. So we're gonna see what happens. This is really the dice roll. Okay.
Better than a minus, you know.
Okay. A 19. 19.
Okay, so it's the cliff is like that, and the city's like this. So like it goes down the elevator kind of like that. At least on this part that you're looking at, it might do that at some point. But for here, it's like this. So you know, if you probably run to the back of the city and jump off in Featherfall, you can probably make it right where the entrance is.
It's like an escalator, not an elevator. Escalator.
Well, I mean, it's definitely.
It's just on that angle.
It's kind of more like a monorail. It's like on
It's
one
just
track, whatever you
Yeah.
want to call it.
I see what you're saying. Okay. So it seems like it should be a smooth. We can smooth Featherfall down. Do we think? Does it look like we could, anchor a rope to some anchor? Have an anchor on a rope and have it as like a support to help us with that. So it's
Yeah,
just
there
in case.
are railings at the end of the city.
Yeah, or just in case. Does it look like Featherfall's our only option, or if we can like have the rope and like slide? Like, can we like mission? Like, you know, I'm thinking Mission Impossible. You're like going
Yeah.
down those windows and being like, do. Does it seem like we could have that energy, or is it like, oh, it's just we just need to Featherfall?
Yeah.
Well, let me see.
Or can I flash my titties at the same time? That's the
That always
real
help.
question.
Well, how much
Oh,
road
I-
do you have? Because a quarter mile is 1,320 feet.
Yeah, you googled the same thing I did as soon as you said that, huh?
Yeah. I was like, how much rope you got?
I mean, I have a decent amount of rope, but I don't have that much. But we can loot
Go.
the city, so that's what I was gonna say. While they're working on that, I was gonna say Bognak wants to go looting specifically for rope and things to help us descend.
Sure.
And he's also gonna. It's gonna be him, Nugs, and two. I don't know what Livia's doing, but him, Nugs, and two wizards, I guess. And
We can also do non-traditional ropes. We love a princess tying sheets together to get out of the castle. With like, make it work.
We don't give a fuck.
Yes. One of the wizard is. Actually, no. Nugs is going to point this out. He seems like someone who's scaled a building from his stealing days in towers. He's going to say, yeah, we could tie those ropes and jump down, but there's no guarantee that we're going straight down. I mean, that's a lot of rope. We're going to be swinging like bungee jumping here.
the way I'm picturing it is more so a way, like we can swing ourselves, we can pull ourselves the right way as long as we have the right anchor. And,
Why don't we just free fall until we need to cast Featherfall for a quicker descension?
yeah,
Right? We're all
Yeah.
on that page, correct?
exactly, and then we can have a bit more control of where the rope is going.
Yeah.
Use it to swing ourselves the right way.
Or just like pretend like I have wings.
I was like,
Or we just wait right until it passes that wall. We just let the city fall. We wait on it, and then we jump off last second.
that is a
That is-
terrible choice. That is the most chaotic option. Let's.
We could do that.
Tanner's
Penny
with
can't hear
me.
this. Penny can't hear any of that. Yeah, I'm dead. Wow.
We
You know,
know
whatever makes your whole happy, but wow.
Bognak, after hearing all these stories, just has a flashback in his head, and he doesn't know why, but just a picture of a bear punching him in the face, and he's like, "We can
time?
let's just do whatever crazy thing we want, and knock somebody out."
It's possible.
I just get, but yeah, we're gonna be looting for rope and descension items.
Okay.
It sounds like some sort of like woke thing. But you just
I've
rope.
like heard that this Tundra's like pretty fucking hardcore, so I'm gonna look for like some hardcore coverage to like
Yeah.
make sure my faces are covered and
So many of us
getting-
are half naked. We came
Yeah,
from
I'm a
like
slut.
I'm wearing like a
slut
crop top.
now.
Like Penny's wearing a crop top. Morton's out
Freeze a
just wearing a
nipple.
jacket. He can't be cold, but I'm
Yeah.
like
I distributed coats, guys. Distributed coats.
I
feel
cut my
cold.
nipples out in my coat.
Why'd you
I
do
didn't-
that?
Aesthetics.
All right, all of you roll an investigation check. It'll be about an hour of finding, but the city is literally dead, so it's just a matter of finding the exact spot where these things are. So roll an investigation check to see
Can I-
how nice it is.
Can my familiar give me the help action?
Sure, that makes sense.
we're back. 28 reps.
Natural 20 for Boggy.
Hell yeah.
I got a
Mine.
nat 22, which puts me to a 27.
Okay.
Mine's a -1, so it's technically 19. But it's a
Oh.
natural. So I'll take my
Didn't you
victory.
wish for the nat 20s and y'all rolled one together?
Yeah,
That's
right?
hot.
Wow.
Come on, twin
I
nat 20s.
did that.
That's
did that,
great. I
Bog.
can't wait to roll 3 nat 1s whenever falling to our deaths.
We're not manifesting that one.
I didn't hear that. What?
That's
in
not a
this
thing.
house.
That's funny.
That's how it goes. I always roll like really well on like the weird investigation check, and then it's like, we'll see.
Okay, so you two are definitely going to find whole outfits, coats, pants, scarves, jackets, but you're definitely going to find coats that have cold resistance with it.
Yeah.
Well, what's your role? You didn't tell me your role.
Oh, am I also looking? I thought they were doing their own thing.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
I'll roll things. Yeah.
If you don't want to look for it,
I didn't know if I
Could
got
I be
to. I was already.
finding
I already
one
was
as
doing
well?
a thing. I don't want to be always rolling stuff. I can though. Am I rolling investigation? I mean, unless she wants to look for it. Would you look for pinning stuff?
Well, you got the free coat that Bognak looted off a person, and they just found like really nice like coats.
All right. Let's see. Ooh. Wait, what is it? I rolled an 18 on the dice. Oh, I don't know what I'm adding to it.
Investigation.
Oh, probably nothing. Stop giving me the. If it's not charisma and it's a brain stat, it's not going to be good. I rolled an 18. I don't need to look it up, but it's probably a -1 because none of them have good intelligence. So I'm going to say a 17.
Okay, you don't find a cold resistance coat, but you find a good coat that's gonna keep you warm.
I blame not rolling nat 20s. So that's fine.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna give them that coat. But nat 20s are a nat 20.
I tried.
All right, after about an hour, you find your coats, you find your outfits to weather the tundra. You also find a good amount of rope, if that is the option you want to go with. I mean, a lot of rope. So after about an hour passes, you all meet back up at the back of the city. You've got your ropes, you've got your coats. The wizards have free fall prepared. What is the final plan?
I'm gonna.
Bognak comes forward.
Yeah. Bognak comes forward. I'm gonna take these ropes, and I'm going to attach them together, basically. So just attach all the ropes together as much as I can. I'm gonna try and do just 2 really, really long ones.
Okay, cool.
And then I want to take the butt end of one, go to like the cliff face itself, I guess.
On the other side of the city?
Mm,
Because it's like this sticking out from the wall. So you guys are here, and then this part is the one that's touching the wall. It's not even really touching the wall. It's just touching the railing that's on the wall.
so if like this is the part touching the wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just to make sure I understand, is the wall going like this down, or is it going like this down?
It's going a slight slant away from you. Like, it's like that.
Towards this side. Gotcha.
Yeah, like
Okay.
that. Like that. So the city goes like that.
Well, then I thought it was the other way. I'm not gonna lie. My isosceles triangle was off here.
You thought it was like that?
Yeah. Well, I still think we should anchor it somehow. So
We just need to make it. What we need to anchor it at the bottom. Is that the issue?
we want to attach it to something at the top, right?
At the top, yeah. Well, we have the rails on the side, so we can tie it on at the top end to a rail or something, right?
Yeah.
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 There's the rails on the edges, and
Yeah.
so
The way it's set up is that if you go to this end part of the city and jump, it's straight down to the cave entrance.
Gotcha. Well, honestly, that
Yes.
works for us then, because then we could pull the rope. If we cast Featherfall, we can pull ourselves the direction we need to go. So that's what we want to do in the first place, right? So we'll Featherfall together, and then we can just all like guide ourselves which way we want to go back towards the wall. So I'd like to go, towards the wall, or like towards the cliff face itself. Take a pickaxe, knock out some chunk in the wall, and then stick the rope in the wall there and cast Mending.
Well, the city itself is not against the wall. It's on a railing that's on the wall. So you're looking at least like 15 to 20 feet from the wall, because if the wall's got stones and stuff popping at it, you can't have the whole city scraping against the wall. So it's got to be out.
That tracks. That makes sense. So I got to get 15 feet that way.
Yeah.
That's fucking annoying.
Also, they're frozen rocks. So if you jump and plan to climb, get ready for a high DC to land, and not fall to your death.
Right.
I mean, it's content, baby.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, I mean, but if we're on the rails,
Quote.
I guess we can attach it to the rails then, like you were saying, MJ, like attach it to the track itself.
Yeah, I think if we attach it to the rail, and then if we just have that to guide us down, because it's just gonna be hanging there, and it'll keep us from I feel like it'll keep us from blowing away. But we'll be on the. I forgot I was playing with my dog. I was like, why does it look like that? We'll be on the edge, just hanging down the front. So I think it should work out if we go that way. If we just send a heavy bitch to be first, just so the rope's a little gaunt. I think that's our best bet. But I mean, other than that, I think it's just jumping down. Maybe we can do a first. If we could do. That's trying to not waste all the spell slots. But we have to go in 2 groups, and we have to use 2 spell slots because it's 12 of us, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you use the rope to... One of the wizards speaks. If we use the rope to tie you to one of us, we can jump and featherfall, and you'll be attached to us.
Right. We just don't want to have to use multiple featherfalls. We're trying to see if we can figure out a way to get us safely down there and establish a way back without using more than 2. And I think the answer is we can't.
You want to find a way back?
Just making if someone goes to make sure that this like rope is safe, that the other people can also make it down. But if we cast Featherfall and 2 of us go, that person who casts Featherfall on 2 people versus casting it on 6. So now the people up there have to cast Featherfall still twice, and now we've cast it 3 times instead of using 2 groups and using it twice.
Yeah.
We just don't want to add an extra spell slot.
Also,
we're dying.
Yeah, a big hole in my logic in the plan too. I kept thinking, I was like, we're just gonna wait till the city falls, but it's like, no, we should probably take some initiative, shouldn't we? So I can still do the same thing as far as anchoring it on this front end, or like towards there, just anchor it, hole in the ground and mend that hole back up, so the rope is just like sealed in, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think our best bet is to do two jumping groups and just do the first 6 and the second 6. We'll just do the thruple will take first jump, and we'll do 3. We'll take Penny and the thruple and her 3 wizards, and they'll hop off, and then the others can go. Because at best, Penny can fly. Morton's out cold, and he'll grab onto somebody, and Clea now has a climbing speed, so she will grab onto some walls and make her way up. And then the wizards. So ideally, we don't die. I say that, and I roll 6 ones, but whatever, it's fine.
Right.
Yeah, Scott, so that's our plan. 2 groups of 6. The thruple and their wizards will take first jump after Bognak gets his rope on, and then we'll pop down, and we'll just take our pop down, take a little, count to 3, fall, feather fall, count to 3 for a 3 and a 3 fall, then cast feather fall, and then we try to move away that way. I also have warp, so I can move things and objects. Like if we need to try to move ourselves around, we'll try to get as close to that thing as possible. And Clea now will try to grab onto the wall, and we'll try to make our way that way.
About this time, it starts to snow lightly.
And each group, I will say, has their own rope. We have 2
Cool.
really long ones. Yeah.
So Bognak pickaxes the ground, stakes the rope into it, mends the rocks back over top. You now have 2 secure ropes that go really far down, about the distance you need. But as you look over, these ropes are just wildly moving in the wind, slowly wrapping by accident and becoming unwrapped, and because that is a 1/4 mile rope, those things are wild.
Yeah.
I thought we held the rope and then jumped. Yeah.
Yeah, our goal is to tie the end to tie one end to the thing, and then the other end is we have the other end because we know it's gonna go wildly, but ideally we just don't want it to. Oh god, we're all fucked. But
okay, so in front of you guys is
down, ideally.
like a 6-foot tall pile of rope that's wound up. That when you jump, it'll be
Yeah, I'm diving.
It's about to look really dramatic. I think that the thruple has their hands, their whole they have a hand wrapped in what would be the end of it, and they're holding on to it. And the wizards are with them, and yeah, the ideal it's a really shitty bungee cord. They're jumping down, and on the recoil, they're that's gonna be the cue to cast Featherfall to try to stop it as they're getting there. Or I guess even if it's even easier, just drop to take the rope, because the rope is really just a guide. We don't have to hold on to it. Is to get us to start going down, and once we're there, as close because it doesn't make it all the way down. So once it hits that full length, we let go, feather fall, and then we just descend
Yeah.
the rest of the way.
Yeah, and even
Perfect.
we can use it just to make sure we're not going super wonky with it
Yeah.
as well, right? Like
It's the only thing to keep us going in a straight line because we're jumping off a fucking platform.
So you're grabbing the end that's not tied and jumping, and you think that's going to put you in a straight line? It's just the momentum of how you jump. The rope's not straight.
It's not, yeah, for sure. So at this point, Livia just grabs her fucking wizard and is like, let's go, baby. And we're jumping.
All right, the wizard grabs on your hand, and you guys jump.
Bognak and Livia, or Bognak's on the same one with Nugs and Livia, I guess.
So you're jumping too?
Yeah, yeah.
They just
Yeah, we
jumped, so
got
you
a
better
wizard.
hurry.
Yeah, I'm with them.
Okay, you jump too. So a wizard, Livia, and Bognak all jump. They're gone. As you guys are flying through the air, you see you're coming up on, like, you're gonna hit the slant. You can see the big cave entrance. The wizard casts Featherfall on you three. You slowly descend and land right at the cave entrance, this big cave. It's like 2 stories wide and tall. And there's like a big monolithic statue of a goblin with something written on the ceiling that I don't think any of you speak the language for, except for the wizard, who definitely tells you it's in the language of the goblins. It's called Gukliak.
Okay, and what does it say? Mr. I can read googly eyes.
Nice. You stop taking Penny's thing. It bewares all who are not goblins from entering here. It is property of the goblins to the goblin kingdom. Wizards shall not survive. And he's like, yeah, I don't know why I didn't think about this. Goblins hate wizards.
Yeah, well, it sounds like the goblins are fucking dead anyways. So why don't we march our happy asses right the fuck on?
Back to just regular McLovin. I'm no longer a wizard McLovin.
No, you're still a wizard, McLovin. You're gonna be a wizard till the day you fucking die. Let's ride.
I don't think you can just tell me what I am. You've been doing that a lot since I've known you, and I just really need to clear the air. We almost just died jumping off of that. I'm sorry, I'm just really emotional right now. Oh God. Okay.
Olivia flashes McLovin.
Why? I don't want. Don't. Why?
As you walk into the cave, there's a big double wooden door that's in there. But before, maybe about 6-7 feet before you get there, everything kind of looks a little wobbly. Like, you know how what's really hot outside on a paved road, that like wobbliness. It's almost like a wall of it. And the wizard's like, yeah, I don't trust this. Anybody want to go first?
I cast Shape Earth and throw a rock at it.
The rock goes through it and hits the other side. Boom, 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 towards the door.
Can I do like a perception check for like traps and shit? Because
Yeah, roll a
clearly
perception
this
check.
wizard's not getting a good vibe for a reason, so 15 plus 21.
There are no traps outside this door that you can tell.
No weird magic the wizard's picking up or whatever.
He doesn't see any traps.
Okay. Well, can I do an Arcana check then?
Sure.
Okay.
I cast
Let's
guidance.
see if it's that.
Yeah, you got guidance.
What does guidance give me?
A D4.
D4.
A D4. Got 4 out of it. 22.
It is a very special type of magic that you have never seen before, but you get the sense it has something to do. It's very interactive with something magical that goes through it. It doesn't seem anti-magic field, but it's something to do with distorting magic, which would make sense, seeing how they fucking hate wizards. But it doesn't. You've seen anti-magic at Millwest. This does not look like the same thing.
I'm gonna pop off, a couple fire bolts just in there. See what happens.
It goes through this wall and just hits the door. but not a piece of the door breaks.
Weird shit's happening.
Meanwhile,
Not Bognak and everyone else.
back in Veilcast. All right, B, what's your initiative?
It's a 6.
A 6. All right, let me roll Russ. He's got a 12. Let me roll Kincaid. He got a 5. Let's roll. That's a 22. All right, in descending order. All right, so the wolf is going to, now he's got Russ's arm, he is going to do a bite on the arm and try 2 claws. One comes around to kind of bash his head, and the other one to kind of bash his head. So I will roll those really fast. So he's biting down on Russ's arm, but Russ manages to get that arm free before he can bite. He is fallen down prone. I'll go ahead and put a dot on him. But as he's pulling arm away, that wolf brings his claw down and just bashes Russ's head into the ground, and Russ kind of rolls over, avoiding the other slam to the head. And it is Russ's turn. Russ is going to use half his movement to stand. And kind of back away, giving that wolf attack of opportunity. That wolf is just going to slash him in the back as he runs back. You see his shirt. There's just 4 claw marks that rip through to his skin. You see blood a little bit. And he's just going to turn and blast this fireball over at... Oh, God, are you serious? Shoot the wolf, but the wolf just kind of like sidesteps, and it goes and blast into the ground beside him. B.
I am going to cast Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
In this like little. Is this like a where Russ is standing and we can run underneath that to the right? Or is that like a building?
The gray roof is part of a building, but that little white fence thing is only like a 2-foot tall, like fancy fence.
Okay. Well, I want to cast Darkness right in that little like area.
Uh-huh. How big is it?
15 feet.
Radius or diameter? Square?
Like a circle. So just 15 foot
Circle?
around me from everywhere, yeah.
Centered on Russ, or just in that area?
Kind of right in between us.
Okay.
Since there's that one space in between us.
So, that.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, becomes complete darkness.
And I am going to step forward and grab him.
Alright, in the darkness, kind of reaching forward, but
Yeah.
you definitely feel him.
And then we are going to run this way together.
Alright, you grab his arm and pull him out of the darkness. You look behind you, and there's nothing but this just bubble of darkness behind you.
Mm-hmm. I want to use the rest of my movement, if possible, to start like climbing this building in front of it, just to get to the other side.
Yeah, you can use your movement, but also your action, because you're going to have to climb. You won't be able to pull Russ with it, but go ahead and roll an athletics check.
But yeah, he can climb on his damn. He's a big boy. A 19.
Oh, yeah, so you're able... How much movement do you have left? 5, 10, 15, 20...
I moved 15 feet, so I still have 20 feet left.
All right, yeah, so
I
that's...
can probably get to the top of it, maybe.
It's a 2-story building, so you definitely get to the roof.
Okay. And then she's just going to yell at Russ, "Come on, let's get out of here. Kincaid's obviously lost his shit again."
All right, you can see over this bubble of darkness. You can't see the wolf, but you can see Kincaid. And you see from the sky this giant phoenix erupt from the sky. Let me move this thing where I want him.
Good lord.
Boom. It just descends out of the clouds as he's turning and looking at you guys. All right, the wolf. The wolf is going to... Dexterity saving throw. Is going to charge into this darkness. You just hear, violent, grunts from this wolf as it obviously sounds like it's breaking the fence. It's thrashing inside looking for you guys. Russ is going to go up to the building. Beautiful. He's going to climb the 20 feet up the roof to get right beside you. And then, oh gosh, he's running low on spell slots. What's that distance? He's going to blast just blindly into that smoke or that darkness and just try to blast with disadvantage. Misses with disadvantage. Well, you don't know what it hits, but you don't hear, you just hear like explosions of fireball goes into that darkness. B.
I am going to continue to run away because I don't want to deal with this.
Mm-hmm.
Cross, so 5 here, and then you said it's 20 down?
Yes.
So that can get me there on the ground.
Gotcha.
And hopefully out of the wolf and Kincaid's sight.
All right. Kincaid's turn. You don't know what's happening. All you hear is... and that building you are at explodes with fire. So go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw. And so will Russ. Oof.
It's a 19.
Okay, so that building is going to blow up, so much so that it blows in half, and you see the shadowy thing on the other side just decimated that building. Kind of slides you back 5 feet. You're going to take 15 points of bludgeoning damage as stones and stuff hit you, and that is the half damage. Russ is also going to take half damage. It's going to knock him on this roof right here. So this whole thing right here is blasted open. And as you kind of come to, as you put your arms down, you see the Phoenix just shot this large fire blast this way, and it's flying this way. The wolf is going to come out of the shadows, or that darkness, and see you. What's his movement? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Literally perfect. And just charge at you and take a bite and 2 claws. 14, I believe, is a miss.
Yeah.
A 14 for a claw, and an 8 for a claw. So all 3 misses as you're fucking dodging away from Drogo the wolf. Russ's turn. He's going to use half his movement, stand up, kind of go over. And what's he going to cast? He's going to cast a Scorching Ray. Alright, because that's good. Scorching Ray. So let's roll it. Ooh, that's a big blast right into the wolf. It's going to do 9 points of fire damage onto that wolf and just completely blast it with fire, singeing its side. But right out of the way of you. It is your turn.
I am going to attack the wolf. Well, I'm going to go into a rage first.
Okay.
So she just screams at the top of her lungs, goes into a rage, and I am going to use Primal Savagery to attack the wolf.
Gotcha.
Does a 12 hit?
12. No, it does not.
Okay, I'm going to use my extra attack.
Okay.
About a 15.
A 15 does hit. You land a big ol' hit right in his face.
Yeah. That's going to do 15 poison damage to the wolf.
15. You kill it.
Oh, hell yeah.
With Primal Savagery, you slash right through it. You see the acid melt away, and it just disappears into thin air. Anything else?
She's gonna yell up at Russ and go, "Come on, we gotta get to the substratum, somewhere where this Phoenix can't see us. Follow me. I know we're close. I know a secret entrance." So probably whatever way that she knows the city, whatever area is closest to get to it, she would start heading that way.
Okay, you see Russ is about to jump. It's Kincaid's turn. Another fire blast comes from that phoenix into that building that he is standing on. Blast that building. The whole roof collapse inside. Not the wall that you're standing at, but the inside. And you can see up that Russ is about to jump, just falls down into this building, and you hear everything collapsing inside.
Damn it, Russ.
Is Russ dead?
It's Russ's turn. You don't notice anything that's happening from your perspective. Your turn.
Wall's still up there, right?
Yeah, the wall's still up.
I'm just gonna punch at the wall and try to make a hole.
Alright, athletics check. Yeah, it's about like right there.
That was not good athletics for me. 15.
Yeah, you break a little piece of rock off the wall, but it doesn't really get anywhere.
Right. That's it. I can't do anything else.
You see that Phoenix 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 is just going to dash to be right over top of you guys. To the front. As it's looking down, you feel the heat rising from this big bird. Like, it's almost unbearable. As it came over, it kind of descended a little bit. You just hear the maniacal laughing of... That's not Kincaid. You recognize that voice. It's the voice of Cthulhu. And as you kind of look forward, you see, once again, Kincaid's obviously possessed, talking and laughing as Cthulhu.
Why is Cthulhu worried about our asses? She ain't got nothing better to do, damn.
Meanwhile, back at North Wall, what do the rest of you guys want to do at North Wall?
I think that guy who probably has been asking us lots of questions about the one I was telling the stories to. I look at him, and Penny's like, "Yeah, this is why I don't make plans, because this is what we didn't want to happen. But here we are, so I guess we're gonna do it." And her and the throuple take their 3 wizards, and they each pull them in close to them. And Penny says, "You're the one that cast Featherfall." And Penny, Cleonal, and Morton's out each backdrop and dive over the edge, and they're gonna like spiral down to head towards this thing.
Yep.
So the wizard.
Your 3 wizards with you, and also the remaining.
I expect you to follow.
Remaining 2 wizards jump off after 2. Everybody's flying through the air. The wizards cast their Featherfall. Everybody lands safely in front of the cave. As you see these guys throwing rocks and stuff through this like wobbly, translucent wall.
Scott and Nugs?
And Nugs.
Okay.
2 wizards and Nugs. Nugs is like, I'm staying!
I'm just going to let the wall go.
Yeah, exactly. You all have landed safely in front of the cave.
Penny makes her hero landing. Well, I'm glad to see we're hanging out outside. What's this?
Yeah, so magic does weird stuff in this place, apparently.
What kind of weird stuff?
Livia, like, shoots her shot again, and, like, you just see that my firebolt hits, but nothing happens to what's hit. I'm
So
like,
it's
apparently the goblins hate magic users, is what I hear.
So the firebolt goes through this barrier, but it doesn't hurt anything on the other side of it? Is that what she's seeing?
She sees it goes through and it blasts the wall, but nothing really happens to the wall. Whether it stops the magic or perhaps that wall is just really strong, you don't know.
You think...
But it doesn't look like anything's happening to the spell itself. The spell looks like it's just going
The
through
spell
the wall.
continues to go through, yes.
Yeah, I guess Cleonal walks up to it, and I guess the throuple will walk up to it, and she's kind of like examining it. And she looks at Cleonal, and she's like, "You do the honors?" And Cleonal will step through since she's the least magical of 3 of them. But she will put her hand through first, and then because she's racially magical and also she can cast magic, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. So she puts her hands through first to see if anything happens.
Nothing happens to her hand.
And then she steps through.
As she steps through, I want you to pick one. Charisma, Constitution, Strength, Wisdom, Intelligence, or the other one, Dexterity. I want you to pick one of those for Cleonile. And for the remainder of the other side of that wall until further notice, whatever ability that one of the 6 she picks will become a 1 with a modifier -5.
Okay, so I'm just picking any stat. Okay.
Pick any stat. And then, obviously, that trickles into the skills.
Yeah, I think. Well, she can't go much lower, so she would take Dex since she already has a -3. And she takes the Dex to 1, so her gets lower. And so she starts moving real slow.
So her acrobatic, sleight of hand, everything now is a -5 instead of a -3. Whatever else is on it.
Okay. But does she feel any different? Is she able to articulate that
because
anyway?
she chose dexterity, she feels very wobbly and not very stationary.
And does she feel like that was a conscious choice that she made, or does this feel like it's just a thing that happened to her? Just curious how she would explain it to the others.
We'll say she did not control what it was. It picked something at random, and she feels like very weak in that regard. But I, as the GM, will let you choose.
Heard. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So she steps through and just gets wobbly and a little nauseous. I think when she does that, she hits the wobbles. I think Mortenzau instinctually steps forward to grab her.
Choose one.
And he will take. He steps through and his wisdom goes to 1, and so it's already it was at a 9, so now it's going to 1. So he's a himbo now. He's like, oh, I got you. Like, he's like, hey, pretty lady.
He's still smart. He's still like intelligent. He's just not very wise.
He's like, oh, girl fall, I save. He's like, yes, did it.
Yeah. Which Mortenzau wasn't already the wisest.
Yeah. He's hit me with the high functioning, and I love it. That's my boyfriend, and I'm gonna do. Penny steps through, and she will take her strength to 0, or to 1.
Jesus,
all right, -5 on other strength abilities now. Make sure you keep track of this. Don't make it permanent. It's just for what's coming up. One of the wizards will walk through, and as soon as the wizard walks through, it just becomes a
I was like, don't take intelligence.
complete idiot. And then just like looks like he's stumbling, like he can't stand up and kind of put himself on the wall and just kind of leans against the wall.
He's trying to help him, but she's still
he's
free with
very
her one
weak.
arm. She's like, oh god.
Hey, can one of you guys try walking back through? Send that guy back through. What happens?
Livia pushes him.
He goes back through the wall. Oh my gosh. Oh man, I don't know.
Don't pick your constitution.
I didn't pick anything. Everything was messed up. It's like I couldn't think. I couldn't hold myself. I felt sick.
Livia pulls the different wizard in.
Whoa. The same exact thing happens to him.
Throw him back out.
Again, he describes it. And roll an insight check, Livia and Penny and Bognak.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
8.
Higher than mine. Lower than mine.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
What is it? 18?
I got a 10.
10?
Oh yeah, 18.
18. You got the 18, Bognak?
I got an 8.
An 8.
Oh,
What'd you get, Livia?
Livia got the highest.
16.
16. You decipher from what they're talking about, everything became a 1 for them, for the wizard.
Oh shit, they turned into shizards, y'all. This is not good.
Well, they're gonna have to get it together. Do we have any way to like corral them together? Because I get they're gonna be these dumb dudes, but we still need them to be dumb dudes and walk through this thing. So if they gotta fucking crawl on leashes, they're gonna have to crawl on leashes, but we have to get
Bognak, do you still have a lot of rope? Because we can just put them all on leashes and drag them.
There'll be some rope above us.
All the rope is still on the top of the elevator because no one used the rope. We just all jumped off after Livia.
Livia and them
Oh, yeah,
did take.
I did that.
Did you? Oh yeah, you
Oh,
did
did you
it. Nobody took the rope.
You
It's
dramatic
all
intro. I was
still
like,
up
well.
there.
I thought we grabbed the
No.
rope and jumped down with it.
No,
They-
Livia
I
said,
didn't
I'm
grab
just gonna
the rope.
jump. And she just jumped
Yeah.
off. She just jumped off.
Everybody just jumped.
Oh, I thought she grabbed the end of the rope and jumped, and that's why I followed. I was like, oh god, no, we got
We
somebody
were-
grab it.
No, she was
We were
talking too much shit.
free-balling it.
She said, y'all got to talk too much. I'm jumping off this.
As you all sit there and
I'm
think,
outta here.
you all look up and just know that the thousands of feet of rope is up there at North Wall.
Well,
I start yelling, "Someone throw the rope down!"
I have some string.
As they sit there and think, as B tries to figure out how to get in the building to her boyfriend, the Phoenix is over top. Wizards are becoming useless through the wall. We're going to take a quick 10-minute bathroom break. We will see everybody in just a second.
thank you.
Welcome back, everybody. If you're just joining us, B and Russ are in a fight with Kincaid, Drogo, and the Phoenix in Veilcast, and the rest of them are at the world's worst entrance for a cave. We'll go back to the cave with you guys. Go ahead.
The real complaint here is why hasn't Kincaid spoken? Like, the one thing we like about him is the voice, and it's sad. But, you know, outside of that, what are the other people taking for their 1 stats, since the Thruple's inside with her dummy wizards?
Yeah, so Livia's also going to just, I guess, dump strength because it was already -1. So let's go to -5.
Okay. Sounds good. Bognak?
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I was gonna see if I could gamify it. Fuck it, just charisma. I'm gonna. One charisma is gonna be fun for fun.
Cool. Your persuasion, performance, what is it,
Everything.
deception?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Persuasion,
intimidation.
deception, and intimidation.
Alright, they're all fucked. And what is Nugs going to take?
I think he's also just gonna take charisma.
Fantastic.
What's gonna be
Two asshole bros. Frat guys.
Alright, so you get in, everyone's up to the door. The wizards are basically fucking noodles right now, don't even know their own name. And as you get close to the door, another line in that goblin language appears above the doorway.
Livia like slaps her wizard around a little bit in the face, and it's like, read this to me. And like I prop his head like up to it, like holding his hair. Come on, spit it out. Anybody understand this? What is he saying?
Can if Cleona was to ask him what he said and give him a bardic inspiration, would that help him get some words out?
Give him a bardic inspiration.
Yeah, she's like, can you say that one more time, actually?
Hey, he starts speaking, just drools.
No, I don't know what
Can Livia like tickle his taint a little bit to give him the health action? So he has health and bardic.
He just kind of looks down, and the weight of his head's really heavy, and just falls forward in his face.
Alright,
Jack is gonna take. Bognack's like, this is a waste of time. We know how this thing works. This is how I sound in here. No,
Do it, Bognak. Do the damn thing.
He's gonna take. He's gonna take the soap that they had to get from the school. He's gonna press it into there until he gets the goblin characters on it. He's gonna take the wizard out of the berry. He's like, oh, yeah, sorry. Can I read this? And he's just gonna hold up the print to him.
I guess that worked too, yeah.
Fuck.
You ever notice that Bogdan just hacks stuff on him all the time? Like,
Right.
We all had to
Soap.
buy. We had to buy soap.
Just has a bar of soap, or like sometimes he pulls out of his bag and it's like a door jammer, and it's like, oh, why do you have that, Bognak? And he's like, why don't you? And it's like crazy.
Right.
I wonder what they're talking about out there.
The wizard asks you, which one of your friends do you guys like the least?
That's not really my decision. I think we all like each other pretty equally. I'd
Livia
say
starts
Russ.
staring at Bognak.
I'd say Russ if he was here. But
Those doors won't open unless you sacrifice.
Well, I don't think any of us really like you a lot at the moment.
Bognak's like,
So,
that's
we
good.
kill the wizard?
Is there like a way we
See-
have to sacrifice them?
we can kill Deadweight.
What do we have to can we get more information on than just a sacrifice, or will we just start splitting throats out here? Curious to know.
Human sacrifice.
You're a human, right?
Like it just wants a human sacrifice.
Okay, so first of all, you guys make fun of us and say we're not as strong as Pissface over there, and now you want us to kill ourselves so we can get through a tunnel?
Well, I would like to say
Your friend
that
is drooling on
technically,
me.
genetically, Pissface was also kind of humanish. I don't think that I look at the thruple that any of us was like. I'm a tree person. That's an ice guy, and she's everybody. I feel like it kind of falls into your area of expertise.
I'm a literal demon.
I
so-
also like how you're talking through
Bognak
this
is-
transparent wall.
Just like you can't talk in here. What
Bognak
if
is-
Yeah?
Sorry.
No, Bognak.
I've just been saying I'm just gonna kick him back through the portal. Just like kick him in the back and kick him back through the portal so he loses his stats.
Ah!
Yeah, this conversation.
Yeah, he becomes a noodle once again.
Penny like has him. She's like, well.
And then he walks through the portal and he's just kind of like, well, he told us what to do, and he's just gonna snap. And this guy snaps.
At least do it in front of the door. Jesus,
It's a charisma 1. He's gonna take him to it and just snap his neck.
Roll,
Yeah, we are right in front of the door.
roll an athletics check. Roll an athletics check, and it's got to be good to snap his neck. I mean, real good.
He's a noodle. He's a
Can my
noodle.
familiar give the hell back to him?
No.
Can Penny be ready
I
to
see
cast
this
Seven Eyes
happening.
when this guy dies?
That's a 22.
Okay.
You snap the neck of Wizard Francis. He falls down dead. The door's open.
It said what? Look, I was just doing what it said, guys. I was just doing what it
no
said.
one's fucking
Okay,
mad
Now let's
right
get
now,
through
bro. Calm down.
Now,
Bognak, Wizard McLovin, you have to carry him. He's still coming with us.
hey, I'm not a fucking wizard. Okay, I said I'm not a wizard anymore. I'm
And
not
I
a
said
wizard.
you're carrying him. Thank
What?
you.
I have to carry his dead body?
Mhm.
Stupid.
You have to live with your
Look at his
choices.
neck.
You did it. You carry him.
We
All
couldn't
right, we're
open the
moving
door.
forward. And I appreciate that. You just also have to carry him now, because we do. You'll regret this later, and I kind of want to see you cry about it. So we're gonna keep going. And
Yeah,
regret
move
it.
forward.
you shouldn't regret it in this moment.
Livia's like stealthily moving forward as like these two are like bickering in the background, like they'll move along eventually. I just wanted to like kind of get a heads up like view of stuff.
It's just like I don't want to waste our time trying to slam a door for 20 minutes because like it doesn't always work. Sometimes you just gotta do what the door says, and Bognak's just dragging this corpse behind him.
Sometimes the sliding door. You just never know.
Yeah.
As
like,
these
his neck
big-
just should have been stronger.
These big doors
Sometimes it's a revolving door.
open. You see there's a big kind of like foyer area and then a hallway that leads all the way down where it looks like the hallway kind of turns, and there's like a big stone door. Like a big, like not like a door, but just like a stone wall that looks like it goes into the wall on each side, so obviously it must move somehow.
Kriana, Penny
Who's
looks at
leading
Morton
here?
Zow and goes, I guess that's Livia.
Oh,
currently.
okay.
Me.
Penny looks at Morton Zow and goes, I thought this was like a secret passageway. There are a lot of doors down here to like be a place that people don't use often. But alright. And she continues. She just likes to bitch. She
Alright,
feels
as
the need
you-
to bitch about things because
As
Yeah, is there anything cool in this place worth like taking?
As Livia walks in
while
with the
I'm
rest
here?
of the party, Bognak's dragging in the wizard body, hurting in the other wizards. I guess he's on wizard duty.
Yeah,
The
he's a
doors
babysitter.
shut behind you. 2 torches light up beside you, and then torches light up along
Stop.
that hallway.
Yeah, I don't get good vibes from that happening.
Bognak's just gonna keep tossing the dead body in front of them.
Yeah, I look over at Morton Zhao and I'm like, you've been through these tunnels before, correct?
I mean, when I was very young and I went with a large group of people, I remember that this is not easy.
Well,
Someone's already died.
Isn't your dad a fucking accountant? How did you make this journey?
I didn't
Bye,
travel
bye.
just with him.
What? That's well then.
well, so do you kind of like know like the lay of the land, like what these doors are gonna make us do to get through? Because I'm assuming we're gonna have to do some weird goblin shit to get through the next door as well.
I was like 6 years old. I don't remember that much about it.
Aren't you like?
I just thought, you know, you would have something there.
He's a doer, not a thinker. Leave him alone.
Fine. You want me to lead? I'll lead.
Well, I kind of need. We just need someone to read then, rather than lead, because these doors keep having words on them, and now we can't go backwards. So now we're really just flying blind.
Yeah.
This would be a fun experience.
Well, seeing as how he's not wise, he's just going to blindly walk down the hallway. He's going to trigger something on the floor, and the ceiling in a 10 by 10 foot cube is going to slam down, and I will let you make Mortenzal roll a strength saving throw.
Clona's like, wait. With her 0.
Livia's like, good thing it wasn't me.
Hey,
Sorry, Morton.
Oh, there it is. A strength saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
Can you cast resistance as a reaction now, Penny, or no? Or are we not? Oh, that's
Not until 1 D&D. That's 12.
As the ceiling comes down, it bashes him into the floor, into a pit, and he catches it just in time, but it kind of crushes him down. He went into the floor with this, like, square thing in the floor, kind of blocks the hallway, and you just hear him scream in pain. He's going to take 12 points of bludgeoning damage. Slowly, it's going to rise back up to the ceiling, but now where he was, there is a 10 by 10 foot hole that, as you can kind of look over and see, it goes down 10 feet, and there are spikes all over, and his leg is on one of the spikes. He's like, ah!
Penny looks down and goes,
Someone cast mending on that?
not on his fucking leg. Oh, actually, I guess she's not gonna do that. Is there any way? Is it a? How deep is this hole? Like, can we reach down and
10
try to
feet.
get him out, or is it something that require?
10 feet.
That's like reach
10
down.
feet
If
down.
he's reaching up, or reaching down. That's like in theory, I can do that, right?
Yeah, well,
Clean up.
Not Penny.
He's-
He has a 0 strength.
he's kind of like sitting with his leg like on a spike, and he's slowly pulling his leg off the spike, but he can't. And he's not really standing. While you think about that, back at Veilcast,
Doing that.
B. What do you, the Phoenix is flying over.
I'm gonna punch the wall again to make a hole for Russ.
Alright, roll your attack. Or your
Lord.
athletics check or whatever's strongest.
That is a 12.
You break nothing off the wall. That one actually kind of hurt your hand a little bit.
Awesome.
Don't you have a multi-attack? Or does the first one have to hit? Or something?
Yeah, I just get an extra attack. Does that count as an attack since I'm attacking the wall?
Yeah.
That was better. That was a 24.
Yeah, you break it, and because it's already structurally unsound, it just crumbles a little bit into this hole, and you see this big part of the roof is laying on half of Russ, who's like, ugh, trying to get it off. Ugh, big fuck! Ugh.
I'm gonna go over and try to assist him.
So you move your 15 feet towards where he is. Do you have another action?
Oh, I'm just gonna get ready to assist him.
Okay.
Nothing else I can do at this point.
All right.
Hey, hold on. Oh no, I can't do anything.
The Phoenix is going to send down a flaming burst. You and Russ... Well, Russ is automatically going to fail, but you need to roll a dexterity saving throw.
This is 17.
You have to beat... Okay, yeah, you beat it. Alright, so you only take half damage. You will take 7 points. He will take 15 points of fire damage. Alright, his turn. He's getting weak. He is going to use his just brute strength to try to lift this up. Come on, Russ. Come on, buddy. Don't give up on us now. Hell yeah. What's his added? Make it even better. Alright, that's a 21. Oh, from the ground, he's just going to pick up this roof that's on top of him and try to get his legs out from underneath. And drop it as he slides to his side. Still prone. Gonna use half his movement to kind of stand up before he kind of falls back down. I think my foot is broken. Ugh. B's turn.
B's gonna say, "It's okay, I got you, hop on my back," and she's gonna like pick him up and place him on top of her back, and she's gonna dash at that point.
Alright, athletics check.
It's a 15.
Okay, yeah, you pull him over your shoulder. The other end, so on this map it would be east. The wall did break out. You grab him and you just fucking book it through that wall. You go out into the street and kind of just keep running. You can feel the heat kind of fading away behind you. You're out of combat. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna look for the closest entrance to the substratum to get underground.
Alright, so you know this place pretty well. You know there are some sewer grates on the ground. As you're running down the street, you can hear the loud screeching of the phoenix. You kind of put Russ down and grab up in that grate and pull it off. Jump in, pull him in, close it. You are now inside the substratum. This is a tunnel that you know very well. I'll just say you know these tunnels like the back of your hand because you lived here and worked here. And if you spend some time going down these tunnels, you know where you're going. So where would you like to go? Mm-hmm. Anywhere specific?
She used to have a certain place. It was the closest thing she's ever had to like a home or a room, but it was basically just like a corner at the end of one of the tunnels that kind of just ended up in a dead end where she would spend her time. And she knows that she's kind of like far from that right now, but she wants to spend and I mean it's been a couple years since she's been down there, so she might get a little turned around, but she's gonna head to that place because she remembers that it was deep inside and kind of hard to get to if you don't know the
it has been a couple of years, so go ahead and roll a history check with advantage because you know this place.
Right, I need all the help I can get on history. First one was good. 18.
Alright, so you're able to go down these... most of them are pretty much the same. There looks like there have been some reconstruction. There's definitely been a little more fortified. There's some walls, put up some wooden walls and stuff. Maybe like these people were prepared for an apocalyptic time or whatever. But as you make your way down about 4 or 5 sewer hallways, I don't know what you call those, there's like these wooden panels that jut out from the wall every like 10 feet. And as you're kind of making your way around that, you turn one corner, and right in front of your face is a crossbow from this masked hooded figure. It says, "Don't move! Who are you? What do you want?"
Who are you? This is where I live. What the hell? And she's gonna kind of reach up as she's holding on to Russ and not go for the crossbow, but trying to go for the hood because she knows that a lot of people wouldn't be down here unless she like would know them, you know?
You kind of roll a contested athletics check because he's not just going to stand there and let you take his hood off. And you got to beat a 9.
I got a 21.
Okay, so as he tries to dodge, you rip this mask off, and it's this a human fellow who's got scars all over his face, burns. It looks like part of his eye got cut and then maybe fixed a little bit, so he's got bandages over like half his eye. He says, and actually, if you just grabbed at his hood and ripped it off, he's gonna shoot a crossbow right into your leg. Right into your leg. It's going to do 3 points of piercing damage in your leg. Don't come any closer, I swear!
She's just gonna reach down and literally pull the arrow straight out and like keep it in her hand like this, and she goes, "You need to tell me who the hell you are right now, because this is my house."
This is no place for you to hide, little girl. This is the end of the world, and this is our territory. I'm not the only one here, and we will fucking kill you. You need to turn around with your damaged boy and get out.
You're obviously not from Velcast, because you would know who the fuck I am. Trying to talk to me like that, first of all. Who's in charge of this?
This is your last warning.
Oh, I'm so scared. That hurts so bad, as you can see. I will kill you if you do not do what I'm asking.
Just gonna quickly reach over and just pull this rope, and you just hear this series of bells going off down the hallway. Alright, they're coming now. You're fucked.
I hope it's somebody who knows who I am, because then you're gonna see how fucked you really are in this situation.
He shoots another arrow into your shoulder. Roll initiative.
Damn
Fuck
it.
him up. Fuck him the fuck up, B. Kill his little ass.
I have a point of clarity. Did you say 30 points of piercing damage?
No,
Three.
3.
Oh my god, I heard 30. I was like, B, back down. Oh my god.
I got a 5.
No.
Initiative.
Alright, I'm
Pull
putting...
that shit right the fuck out and throw it at
I'm just putting someone random on our map really fast. You got a what? What'd you say?
A 6.
A 6?
No, a 5.
A 5, okay.
Also, he never reloaded that crossbow, but I'm not gonna argue that point, because crossbows don't just shoot out infinite amounts of bows.
Russ, you don't know
That's
that.
that movie
Okay,
scene
right.
where it's like, did that pump shotgun just shoot 7 shots? And you're like,
He's like,
yes, don't ask questions. Like, it's a double barrel. Don't ask any
So much assuming. Alright, Russ is going, he's got first initiative, he's going to yell out, "Please, we're badly injured, and there's a fucking maniac out there who's trying to kill the whole city with the Phoenix. We're not trying to hurt you, just please, just let us stay inside!" Alright, that's his turn. This guy is going to slowly back up, so he's about 15 feet from you. "I swear, this crossbow has 6 shots in it that I don't have to load. I will kill you." I've already had 2! Math means there's 4 more. You hear footsteps running from the hallway behind him. It's your turn.
Bitches ain't shit.
as I hear footsteps approach, I'm not even gonna attempt to attack him. I'm just kind of gonna stand my guard, and she's gonna yell at the top of her voice, "It's B.R. Gressive. Now let me in." I feel like because of the acoustics, it's just gonna like bounce off the walls and boom down.
He brings his crossbow down. About 7 hooded figures kind of run up. They all kind of take off their hood. Most of them are human. There's one Kinku. I'm sorry, you said your name is B?
Yes. Is this the dude that shot me that said this?
Yeah.
Oh, so your eyes and your brain work now. I know it's been a while since I've been here, but Jesus Christ, I don't look that different.
I'm so sorry.
Pregnant.
I had no idea who you are. I mean, start with your name next time. I mean, come on. One of the guys whispers in his ear, "Yeah, I didn't fucking know that at the time. She just kind of ran up." All right, well, come with us. There's someone who wants to see you. And
Be'll nod and follow them, but as she walks by that dude that shot her, because she's still got that arrow in her hand, she's gonna like do like that behind her and kind of stab him in the back of
just kind of leans against the wall. Son
the
of a
calf.
bitch. Oh,
She just turn and go. Not even yet. I still get one more hit. Keep walking.
Russ is kind of leaning on you, kind of hobbling with his foot that's all twisted. These guys are kind of just like mumbling to themselves as they're leading you down, just giving you little glances, and they're going to take you into that very familiar large room with like the sewer water in the middle that you kind of got to walk around, and different hallways kind of come in, and there's like a makeshift wooden shack built inside of it, and they kind of lead you to the door, and one of them opens the door, and you see firelight inside. He says, "Well, there you go. Welcome back, B."
Who said that?
A different guy. The other one, you can hear his pain echoing throughout the hallway.
Oh, okay. It wouldn't be anybody I knew. Or what?
No,
I know
you don't recognize any of these people.
Okay. My name speaks for itself. Yeah, so she'll say, "It's good to be back. I missed home." And then she's gonna turn to Russ and kind of give him, like, some eyebrows, you know? Like, ooh. See, I told you I was famous around these parts. And, like, keep walking.
As you walk inside the shack, they close the door behind you. You see a very familiar Earth Ganassi sitting at a desk. And he kind of stands up with a big smile at his face. He says, "Welcome home, baby girl. We've missed you." And you recognize this as Zion.
Bee's jaw is just gonna hit the, like, ground because she didn't know if he was alive or dead. And she is going to, like, gently place Russ on the ground, and she's gonna jump into his arms.
His arms are going to be wide open. He's going to embrace you, and he's really hugging you tight. "I didn't think I would ever see you again."
I knew I'd be back. Come on, don't give me that shit. It's me.
"How did you do it?" He's just going to grab you by your face, kind of pull you back so he can get a look at you. "Let me get a look at you." "Oh my god. How did you..."
She's gonna go, "Get a look at this," and point down to her stomach.
"You're pregnant? B! How did you make it out of that place alive?"
Oh, you know me. Caused a few problems, killed a few people, ended up with me, knocking down the entire school, you know, as I do.
Of course you did.
Nothing that B can't do. But, I met a few people, and we've been traveling with all... You know about all this Cthulhu bullshit that's going down out there?
Oh, Cthulhu came right by here, decimated everything.
Jeez, well, I'm glad everything's safe down here. It looks mostly as I remember.
Well,
but...
since you've been gone, we've fortified the substratum pretty well. We're kind of harboring fighters down here. I don't know what we can do. The news reports coming out from into the city are... The world is done. I mean, I don't know how long we can survive down here without food trade and everything, but we're going to hold out as much as we can. But now that we have you, one of our greatest, and you've come back, you're going to help us, B. And is this... And he points down to the ground. Is this the father?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Russ.
Yeah, I
And
did
she's
that.
gonna look back and she's gonna go, "Oh shit, speaking of Russ, he broke his ankle.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that can help?"
Oh, yeah, we have some medics that can fix him up. Roger, can you get someone for... Well, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name, son.
Russ Quinn.
Can you get someone to help Russ Quinn here? Yeah. Yeah, you can take him if you want to.
I'd prefer to stay.
Of course, maybe... All right, just,
I don't want him to leave my sight. Please bring the medics here instead.
for sure, absolutely. He's going to reach under the desk and pull this big bottle of brandy out. I mean, I normally would ask if this is fine for a pregnant woman, but this is the BR Gressive we're talking to.
Of course it is. It'll just give the baby a little extra, you know.
Yeah, a little kick won't hurt him.
A kick.
He's going to pour a drink. Would you like one, Mr. Quinn?
Yeah. If you can just pour it on my fucking wound, that'd be great.
Okay. He's funny. I like him, B.
B's gonna, like, pour a little bit into his mouth as well as he's waiting for the medics to come to maybe help with the pain. And she's gonna turn back to Zion and she's gonna say, "How long has it been since you've been outside, personally?"
Of the substratum?
Mm-hmm.
I went out about a month ago when everything was kind of going down. I think it was a month ago. Time is... I really can't tell time at this point. The days are all blending together. But you know what? Let's leave all that misery at the door. I'm just happy to see you again, my girl.
I'm really happy to see you too, Zion, but there's a lot of shit that we need to figure out. Do y'all know about the lava?
No? The lava?
B's just gonna kind of wince and look to the side and say, there's a lot of lava headed this way. I don't know if there's anything that we can do to prevent the lava from getting to the substratum specifically, but it's gonna absolutely decimate as many buildings and creatures and trees as possible up there. We need to see how many creatures we can get down here.
How much time do we have?
Not long. I don't know, but not long.
Why did you come back?
Missed home. and showed me this drawing in one of his books, and it looked just like here, and he's never been here, and he loves dinosaurs, so, I mean, it made perfect sense, because the group that I escaped from Dragontooth with, they're all headed to fight Cthulhu, but the fucking death sentence. I'm not doing that. I mean, I know I'm crazy, but I know when I'm at my ends.
But you came to a city that's about to be decimated by lava? You're a
The
wildcat.
only other place I know.
Are you hurt? Do you need any aid?
No, I'm okay. I'm more worried about Russ right now, and what the fuck is about to happen, but I feel a lot better because I knew that this is where we were gonna head anyways. I just had no clue that everybody here would still be alive. I thought you were dead, for sure.
Well, things are pretty wild out there. Cthulhu has possessed people. But we've discovered that once you kill them a second time, they're not coming back up. So I have to ask, you don't harbor any ill feelings towards me?
Go stop and think for a second.
I tried.
She'll say. It's in the past. Let's just not talk about it. It's fine. In the meantime, I think this will help. And she'll reach into her hair and she will give Zion 100% of all the riches that she has, because this is ingrained in her and this is what she knows that she's supposed to do. Because the whole thing about B and Zion is like, he was her father who she worked for and was responsible to give him everything that she had. And in return, he kept her safe. So she's going to drop 25 platinum, 9,416 gold, 647 silver, and 2,526 gold or bronze in front of Zion. And she's going to say, this is what I've managed to get ever since I left Dragontooth, but there's a lot more out there. I just literally couldn't carry anymore.
Good summer song. Where did you get all of this?
I have my ways. You know me.
Well, not to be rude, but you don't happen to have any food in that hair, do you?
He's going to root around a little bit, and she's going to say, this is the closest thing I have, and she's going to drop the refreshment beads, which is like 15 pints of water. He said, we can use this if things ever get really dire, but this is all I have.
You are a godsend, child. About that time, Roger's going to come back in with the medic. Roger, perfect time. I want you to take all of this gold, and I want you to melt it down. I think we can make some weapons out of this. B, this is very generous of you, but currency is useless in this world now. You do know that, right?
What do you mean? What do you mean it's useless? It's useless.
The economies of the worlds are destroyed. I mean, there's no one's going to accept this. If there's anybody alive out there, you're going to have to trade them something they want. I mean, this is useless now. You do understand that, right?
No, I don't do that. I just kill them and then I take it. I don't barter. I don't trade. You know, Zion. What the hell are you talking about?
B, I need you to look at me carefully. I need you to listen to this. We've counted tens of thousands of gold coins in this city. We've looted the magic school. We've looted everywhere. It's useless. No one will take this. These are shiny rocks at this point. If you're going to stay here and you're going to have to join us, we're going to have to offer services or food or aid in some sort if we find people that are alive. These are different times. This is the apocalypse, B.
No, that wasn't the plan. We're supposed to get rich.
That's no longer viable. I'm sorry. You need to change courses. Stick with us. We'll find a way out of here. We'll move these people. Now that you're here, we have some more strength. We have your intelligence. You've been out in the world. You've seen what happened. But I want you to forget about these shiny pieces of rocks. They're useless. Now, we can still use them to melt to make weapons or armor or what have you. So you can still look for them. But this idea that you're going to be rich by finding them, it's a fantasy now.
he's kind of like scratching at her skin. She's like, that's like the first time you've seen her like really anxious or like actually upset about something. And she's like, well, you said you had a lot of the gold, right? You looted a lot of it. It's here. Can I just like see it? Can I just see it? Like, is that okay? I just want to look at it.
Kind of
I won't do anything with
looks at the medic. Russ is like, ah, as the medic is like trying to readjust his leg and like cut open his leg, trying to figure out where the bone is broken. Ah! And he's like, sure. Roger, before you go, show her to the treasury. Sure, right this way, Miss Gressive. B, when you get there, when you see this, don't freak out. It's just a room of shiny rocks. I need you to come back. I've lost you once, I don't want to lose you again.
I'm not going too far, you know, I'm not going too far.
You
I see
hear
it.
Russ wincing. No, get the fuck off me! I'm going with her. Actually, don't get off. I need you to carry me. Sorry, that's fine. So he picks up Russ in his arms, one of the humans, and they kind of take you to one of these hallways down, one of these big gates. He unlocks it with a key and opens it, goes into a sewer hallway with a door, and he opens it, and it is like the size of a ballroom. It looks like Scrooge McDuck's hideout. It's got just a pile of gold. There must be probably over 1 million gold pieces in this room. There you go.
Is just standing there. She falls to her knees and starts sobbing uncontrollably.
Hey, can you put me down, please? Thanks. The guy puts Russ right beside you, kind of leans his head on you. B, you okay?
This is all I've ever wanted, and I'm confused. How can this be worth nothing?
It's
This is
not
what I've
worth
been
nothing.
working my whole life towards.
You did it. This is everything. We got it. We stay here. This is ours. You heard them. They don't really want it. We could just live in this room and I don't know, dinosaurs or something.
And she just like wipes a tear, and she's like, "Still got to show you the dinosaurs." She's like saying it in between as she chokes and is wiping tears.
We'll find them, B. I promise you. Don't cry. Everything we've ever wanted is right here. Everything I've ever wanted is right here.
As he looks you in the eye.
We did it.
He kind
She'll glance over and look at him, and then she'll look back at all the room, and then she'll look back at him and go, "That is really beautiful, huh? That can't be worth nothing, right?"
Not to us. Not to us, baby.
We're fucking villains. Ew.
Villains can be a law, bitch!
As we zoom back out into the tunnel, Morton's out screaming with pain as Penny's reaching down.
Daddy, no! Penny casts warp as Cleonel and her both scream out in unison, "Daddy, no!" And they extend a hand, but Penny casts a spell. And she can move a willing creature 10 feet, and so she will teleport him towards them, but more towards Cleonel, the stronger, not one having one strength.
But there's a weight limit, right?
Only if it's an item. So it's a weird one. There's a weight limit for an item, but you can move a creature, but it has to be within 10 feet. The range doesn't change, but if it's a creature,
Gotcha.
it can move.
Okay, he is willing, so he warps up to the floor where you are.
So, Father Gressive redeemed Penny has a breakthrough.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
I had to save him first before
Penny,
he gave it. I got it.
this
out.
hallway is long enough. You realize this is there's probably another trap or two on this hallway that's similar. And as you look up in the ceiling, you definitely see where it's going to happen 2 more times.
Remember that time you guys were like throwing rocks and stuff? You wanna trigger these traps with not our bodies? Looks at Livia's chaotic ass and Bognak's aggressive ass. And Nugs, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah,
Also,
so
watch out,
Livia
because the
like
ceiling's gonna
starts
fall
using
down.
starts using her mage hand to like detonate these like traps and like kind of set them off, applying pressure where pressure needs to be applied while
as
being
Livia
at a
does.
distance.
So, what are you throwing?
She's using her mage hand. to like press.
Yeah.
What is
I don't know
the
if
weight
it's a I was
of
gonna say-
Mage Hand?
I think it can do 10
5
pounds.
10
Or 5
pounds? Nothing happens.
Hey, Bognak. Hey, Wizard McLovin. You wanna throw Wizard Francis over?
Wizard Francis is already in the
Yeah,
air.
throw his dead body. Yeah.
Wizard Francis was.
I didn't
I
want to
was-
say it, but he's dead now, and I feel bad. But we don't have any other bodies to throw. I'm not gonna
That
use
was my plan.
boyfriend. Like,
That was my plan the whole time. I just was gonna let you do the Mage Hand thing first.
just turn
But
the
yeah,
other
Wizard
wizards
Francis.
around. Just don't let that trauma live in their brain. Just be, hey guys, you don't want to see this.
Okay,
And toss his ass over there.
so to be clear,
Yeah, turn him around.
you are standing at the edge of a 10 by 10 foot that goes from hallway side to hallway side, hole, and then there's another like 15 feet before the next one. So you're holding this body. What do you?
So
could-
I mean, I can just moving, just take a running leap across this, and then I'll just
Dramatic.
yeah, and it's just carrying his body, and then Bognak's just gonna take this body so he has it for the next trap after, and just slam it on the square in front of him, and then pull it back.
Okay,
So
since
he's just-
Yeah, like whack-a-mole.
all right,
Go
since
back.
you are
Just
carrying
over.
the body, roll me an acrobatics check with disadvantage.
to slam
Whack a
it
wizard.
onto the next spot.
No, to jump over a 10-foot hole holding a body that weighs.
Yeah, I was like
Little
that's
bit
I was
more
like,
than you.
Penny can teleport to the feet and watches Bognak leap over her. She's like, I didn't mean that way.
Oh yeah, just teleport the dead body.
She can. It's
Whatever,
technically
you're
an
in the air.
object now.
Yeah, I was like, Bognak, you're in the air. I need to take
Would
a
it-
second.
Could I argue for an athletics since it is based on the strength score of the long jump?
I'll let you do athletics if you just want to throw the body over.
Yeah, I'll just throw the body over them.
All right, athletics check.
I can't teleport that.
Yeah.
That's a nat 20.
Yeah, you run up to the hole, throw the body, hits the other side, rolls into the spot. The hole comes down to that big pillar, crushes it into that hole, goes back up, but you're still on this side of the first hole. You can't see
and then
down.
and then I just jump
How's
across.
the body
Okay.
look?
You can't see it from
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, as Bognak, I guess, takes this free jump, Penny will start to teleport the other willing people across. Because you can do 10 feet, so that's like the perfect distance to be like, and whoop. And she'll send.
How many
Cleonal
spell
across.
slots is that?
It's a cantrip.
Oh, okay.
So she's chilling. She will send Cleonal across first, and she's not broken, and then Morton's out, and then the wizards, since the wizards are likely to do some dumb shit, and Cleonal can.
All right, so everyone's teleporting behind Bognak, who's just looking down at this hole with this wizard body that's like flat on the front with like 8 different spikes coming through different parts of its body.
Well, if it's an
Well-
object, we can mend it, right? So
No, not vessels and blood. No.
That's
either we can,
accurate!
it's either we can warp it or we can't mend it.
Yeah.
Listen, I
You
need
tell us which one.
Listen, there are some other options for moving the body because warp has the weight limit, but I have some other things. that
I have been
different
very
weight limits.
generous with mending, but let me read you mending. The spell repairs a single break or tear in an object you touch, such as a broken chain link, 2 halves of a broken key, a torque. Nothing about intricate blood vessels and skin.
Sir.
So like he's like fucked up or like hanging on by threads. Like
This guy is super fucked up. He's got 8 spikes that are about that round coming through different parts of his body.
As long as we
Livia
don't-
looks over and
we're
she's
really
like,
at
should I
the-
just cast Firebolt on him and let's burn the rest and do a new one, or...
I was like, we're really at the point where we use the same guy or we have to kill someone new. And I really would rather not that.
we don't.
Maybe we can push Livia into it and it's a dex check. Maybe she can not get hit by it.
It's a I thought it was a strength check.
It is.
Oh, it's a strength check?
Yes.
Yeah, I got -5 to that right now.
We can send B. Oh, we could send.
Bognak's already jumped over and he's running at it.
Okay, Bognak's running at it. You're running at it. What are you doing?
He's just gonna.
Bognak is the newbie.
Bognak's doing.
Yeah.
Bognak was just being with charisma apparently, so now he's just running through. If it's the same type of trap, right? Like Penny told us, yeah. So he's just gonna get there and he's gonna just try and trigger the trap.
Can Penny?
All right,
Can
strength
Penny
saving
seeing
throw.
him? Can Penny seeing him out there? She's like, ah, oh damn. Okay, he called that strength saving throw.
I know. I was like, I'm not letting you help him roll.
That's a 17 for Bognak.
All right, that is a pass, so it's only half damage.
Watch your toes.
Well, it's a big one. All right, so you'll take 7 points, which is the half of bludgeoning damage. As you guys see the ceiling come down and go back up, Bognak's there. He's avoided the spikes, but he's just got his ass kicked in that hole, so he's like standing up, like bruises all over his face. As you all look down.
It's triggered. Maybe we should all just worked across every trap. We didn't have to keep activating it, huh? That seems like probably what we should have done.
Penny is 2 traps back, and she goes, I cannot warp myself as I am still over on the farthest side. But I was gonna mention that before we had the body, and that was step 1, and then it just kept going so quickly.
Why were we ever throwing the body? We should have just kept whatever.
I was
Thanks,
mad.
Father Gressive.
I was mad, and I just wanted to, we need to wait. And
You're mad. I'm mad. I don't even know why I'm mad. I'm not normally mad. This sucks. I feel bad. I feel bad. We had to kill somebody.
You know, honestly, if you think about it, it's like he was a zombie the second time you killed him, not the first time. But if you think about just the second time, it's like he was a zombie because he's already dead. When you snapped his neck, that was on you. That was kind of irrational. That was wild. I wasn't going to suggest that, but I was going to suggest using the dead body as like a weight. However, I should have thought farther. That's my fault. But he was already dead at that point because you did fuck up.
Exactly.
I don't feel bad about smashing. I feel bad about just generally everything right now. I just don't feel great.
We can bring it back, right? We can bring it back.
You sort of learn to put that real deep down inside of you and just tell it to shut the fuck up, because we're going to feel bad about lots of things, but we also have to save the world, so...
Bognak just jumps, because I'm looking at the mobility rules right now, and they're absolutely insane. It's for a high jump, you can just jump like half your strength plus 1, so I can jump 30.
Livia could have probably just climbed that. Like, just jump.
So
I know, but
jumps.
like, listen, while they're like debating on all of this stuff, Livia's like in the background murdering another wizard.
What are you? Okay, so
Bognak wizard. I have my 3. They killed their wizards. Let the record show. Bognak slaughtered his wizard when he snapped his neck, and Livia killed hers. I'm not the bad person. My 3 wizards are okay and confused. Two are dead, and one's in prison.
Okay, I had to say, I had a reason to kill the wizard. I had a reason to open a door. You're just doing it. You're just
wait.
I gotta go pee.
Y'all left me unattended for this fucking long, arguing about needing a new fucking body, so I got us a new fucking body, and now I'm the bad guy for getting a new body that y'all are arguing about.
I was the body. I did it. I did the trap. It hit me. We didn't even need to do it because we jumped over it.
Livia, describe how you killed that wizard.
Yeah, so they just look over, and I'm just like casually stabbing my rapier into this like wizard's neck, and they're like...
You look over at Livia's got
like,
blood all over her face.
And I'm just like screaming that last little like thing I said at them while I'm stabbing.
While Bognak is Spider-Man jumping.
So I know this is chaotic, but I can technically bonus action at 30 feet cast Spare the Dying. Can I try to save this wizard since she's not outright killing him? She's giving several stabs. I feel like it's not a neck snap. Can I try to undo the horrors that is stabbing?
Okay. Yes. As Livia drops this stabbed over and over again in the neck dead wizard from a distance, you cast, because I guess with this you don't have to touch them. You cast Spare the Dying.
My cleric.
Yeah, you cast Spare the Dying, so it's actually at 0 HP.
I look over at Livia and I say, "Honey, we've already opened the doors. You're just a tad late. Good effort, but stop. That was so much that I do appreciate that energy. However, no.
The player formerly known as Wizard McLovin yells across the pit, "She's carrying that one! I have to carry mine!"
And like I told Bognak, you do now have to carry him. It is gonna hurt you because you look a little extra weak today. But you really have to carry because of that, because I will shame you here. So I need you to carry his unconscious body with you, and also not stab him anymore.
Cleonile's crawling out of one of the holes
just, like-
with like one of the legs, eating it, being like, "I find this all very entertaining."
Yeah, at least
As soon as
Missed
Livia
the
heard that
chaos.
she was gonna have to carry the body, she just like leans over and casts Cure Wounds and gives a little like hit point so he'll carry himself.
His eyes
He'll just
open,
be dragging
his
himself.
mouth like spits out drool and blood.
Oh, we are trauma, aren't we?
to be fair, the sign did say all wizards would die. It just didn't say how.
Honestly, they're on that Bognak route, because what is death really? Like, it's just a figure of speech, because
It's a game. It's a
that's how you
game.
look at it.
Wait, are you telling me I've died?
Oh, Bognak, that's a story for a different
Separate
time, but I
time.
will tell you that one, absolutely, because I remember that one, because I was there. There was a spell, it was like a pinata, then you know, I don't want to spoil it for you, but I will tell you that. As this is happening, Cleonelle is eating one of those limbs, and she has a climb speed. She climbs back up on that wall to give Penny the help action, because she cannot teleport across, but Cleonelle can climb across. So she will, like, give her, like, make herself a...
Grab a hand, and swing you.
Yeah, and help her out, to get across.
Okay.
And that was
Yep.
happening
She's
with-
gonna help you across all those holes, so everybody's at the end of the hallway where there's this big rock door.
We are good at whole play together, so that is canon information. So what is... I was gonna ask what this door says, but we can't read it, so...
You're hearing that Bognak throws himself on spikes just because.
Nah, you're a whole Bognak, only consensual.
As the camera zooms out of the hallway, just you guys all arguing with each other, Cleonile's laughing while eating a leg. We are gonna go back to Veilcast in this shiny bright room of gold. Russ is consoling B, who was weeping. What do you want to do?
She is eventually gonna get her composure, and she's gonna look at him and go, "How's your leg feeling?"
Huh? What'd you say?
B's gonna get her composure and look at Russ and go, "So, how's your leg feeling?"
It hurts like hell, but, I mean, I'll be fine. I think I can walk if I can find a stick to lean on.
I'll get you one, and I'll go talk to Zion. Maybe he'll let us sleep in this room. I mean, since it's so unuseful, apparently, they won't have any problem with us being in here, right?
I mean, this could be our home.
I mean, already looks like exactly how I wanted it to look, and
Hey,
I was predicting that would take us years to get it to this.
and if you ask Zion if he's got a quill, I can just redraw the page and it'll look exactly like we dreamed of.
I like that. I'll get you a stick and a quill, and as soon as your leg is feeling better, I'll take you to see the dinosaurs.
I have feelings for you.
Yeah, I think we have already established that by the baby growing in me, but I have feelings for you too, Russ.
Okay. Okay, good luck with Zion.
I'll be back. Don't go too far.
Okay.
She winks because it's a joke. Because you can't walk.
Oh, my foot, right? Yeah. Yeah.
All right. As you leave the room, make your way back to that room. Zion is like talking with like 4 of the people with papers. You kind of walk in. He sees you. Can you guys leave us alone? Thank you. So, what do you think?
She's gonna look around. It's beautiful. Brought me to tears, but let's talk about what's really going on here. I need you to give me the full truth.
Okay. What do you want to know?
Everything from the second I left until now. What's been going on? I mean, I've seen every other part of Silvernell practically, but Not this part yet.
Well, since you were left, after they captured you, they took over the substratum. The mafia took it over, and I fought for you, I really did. But no one would believe me that this was not your doing. I tried to tell them it was me, but they didn't believe me. But Ardinia secretly helped fund it and get this back in order, and we were functioning for a while. We had a good amount of time. We were booming. You would have loved to see it. There was even a triceratops here that just dominated for weeks. It was beautiful.
Russ would have loved that. He loves dinosaurs.
Oh, kind of feel bad the whole jungle and world's gonna die. But
Yeah. Want to make sure he can at least see them before they're gone. Would you care if I, brought one down here? I promise I'll take care of it. I promise.
Sure.
The good old god of time redeems. A storm appears. I feel like, boom.
The what appears?
A storm appears in game. I feel like there's a giant lava that might be helpful. So it's like,
Okay. You hear loud booms and crashes outside. Well, I mean, go find your dinosaur, but look, you be safe out there. There's nothing but trouble up there now. There's no one to help you. And I know you're strong, I know you're smart, but I can't lose you again, B.
I've only gotten smarter and stronger. Because I've gotten smarter, I can read now, by the way. That's pretty cool, right?
You can read?
Ah.
Wow. Hey, he's going to point at this thing, this paper. It's up here. Can you read this?
He's gonna look up at it. Can't you read it? Big as the word.
oh god.
No, the words are much bigger than 11 letters. It's two words, and they're much bigger than 11 letters.
She'll look up at it and she'll go, I can read it, I just don't know how to pronounce that.
But you know what it says.
High wisdom, low intelligence.
In your mind.
Yeah?
And you're okay with that?
Ah.
Wow. Gotten very intelligent, B. I'm proud of you. And again, you harbor no ill feelings about that?
Where's Russ ass at?
Right.
Kill all animals. She's like, yeah, I like that.
Beast is gonna look at him.
Right?
And she's gonna say, there's one question that you haven't answered yet. I wanna know how the fuck those guards ended up finding me. And how the fuck I ended up at Dragontooth. I know you had something to do with it.
Not to call out. Oh, girl. Okay.
Shut the door.
Turns around and goes, it's already shut.
He's going to reach to the desk and open a drawer and pull out a box and put it at top. And he's going to open it. And it's got this big wrapped up piece of paper, this scroll. He's going to put it down and unravel it. And the only thing you really recognize is your name. And he's going to say, okay, I'll tell you the truth. And you're not going to like it. But it was necessary. Do you remember your parents?
Of course not. We've talked about this a ton.
I killed your parents. And I'm going to tell you why. Next time on episode 48 of Dragontooth Academy. I want to thank everybody for watching.
You did not.
I'm just waiting for Fob or Gressive. I just want that. I want that to be his name because LL.
Thank you everybody for watching us. And thank you for spending your Rooter points, Father Gressive. Thank you everybody for tuning in. If you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, like, subscribe, share. Come back next week. We're also live this Friday for Into the Expanse, I think episode 17 or whatever. So Actually, we're not live. We're recording. Anyways, just tune in Friday. We got some really cool content for you. Thank you, everybody, for playing. Hope you had a good time. We will see everybody next time. Any last remarks, Erica?
For my sanity. Until next Wednesday.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.